Just yesterday, everyone was holding their tongue and staying PC.
True.
Now, nobody cares. Today I want to answer that.
Perfect example is Stranger Things. Like 2015, if they had 11 come out as gay as the finale, everybody would have loved it and cheered and applauded. Now we see that and everyone's like, oh my God.
Along with them, their audience started rapidly moving in the opposite.
Yeah,
They
nigga. Yeah. I don't know what you would mark the era now, but what a time, huh? What a time. Let's watch the great culture shift. Let's watch this one. Wait, you guys wanted to watch that video or no? Like watching a 30-minute XQC Hippies video is mid. The great culture shift. This is topical.
Are changing.
True.
If you teleported someone from 10 years ago to today, their first impression would be that not much has changed. Phones got bigger, prices went higher, and GTA 6 still hasn't come out yet. But us who have actually lived through that period though, we know the truth. We know nothing is the same. A couple years ago, hip-hop was the biggest genre in the world.
Yeah, guys like Roddy Ricch and Polo G, what happened to them? Polo G, they're saying he dropped a 40-album song and people don't talk about it. Every rapper is now streaming because there's more money in it and you don't have to get gang op, spin blocks and kill each other. You can make more money sitting at your computer farming. Hip-hop has definitely changed.
It's dead. Just yesterday, everyone was holding their tongue and staying PC. Now, nobody cares. Today I want to answer that.
Perfect example is Stranger Things. Like 2015, if they had 11 come out as gay as the finale, everybody would have loved it and cheered and applauded. Now we see that and everyone's like, oh my God. The woke aligning, man, it's just, people see how much pandering is involved.
Question on everyone's mind. What the fuck happened? These are the 5 stages of a culture shift.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of the top 5.
Stage 1.
Guess some chat.
Beginning.
Welcome to the year 2014. We're here at the tail end of Obama's presidency.
Let me be clear.
V-necks are cool, Instagram filters and Vine
Hipster
videos
era.
are at their peak.
Got him! Simpler time.
Everyone is doing the Ice Bucket Challenge, and Happy by Pharrell Williams is the biggest song on the planet.
Vine era.
The general vibe is, well, kinda joyful.
For the most part. Yeah, we can look back at it with roast in a glass of also there are a lot of school shootings. You know, this was the peak school shooting ISIS era as well.
Yeah, you guys remember that? I mean, if Happy dropped today, it would flop diabolically, become a TikTok meme, and get categorized as coworker music all within a 48-hour window.
Everything is corny now. Everything is ironic. Everything is ore farming. Everything is performative.
Wouldn't stay like this for long though, as behind all the corny enthusiasm in the pop sphere, change was coming.
In the most unexpected form.
Pre-TikTok. Fetty Wap
Hip-hop
era.
had at one point been a massively successful and influential genre. By the time 2014 rolled around though, it seemed like those days were long gone and that the once giant cultural force was on its last legs. Some may have disagreed, but the charts certainly seem to point in that direction, as 2014 statistically marked the lowest presence the genre had had on there in a long time. Mainstream hip-hop was dead, and the genre needed a spark, a wave
People
that
got
would
killed
pull it
in a
back
mosque
up
in
to the center
2019.
of
It
everyone's
wasn't
attention.
all cookies and cream.
Oh yeah, for
In
sure.
another corner of society, though, that was already happening.
There is growing outrage tonight after an unarmed African-American teenager was shot and killed by
Trayvon.
police in the St. Louis suburb of
Trayvon Martin.
Ferguson, Missouri.
Leading up to 2015, several disconnected examples of inequality had managed to cross over from online virality to nationwide
Like peak Kendrick Lamar. This was the start of the BLM psyop.
outrage.
They're mad. I'm mad. We should all be mad, man. We should all be angry because of what's going on right now.
We should all be angry. What is that gonna do, Guy? Hey, Guy, what does being angry accomplish?
We are asking for games to be more inclusive. We're asking for games to acknowledge that we exist and that we love games.
Yeah, that's a good point. We think that woke is bad now. Bro, back then, peak feminism, oh my God.
The rise of social media, there was a growing feeling that everyday people now had the power to make an actual change. Nobody really knew at the time, but this was only the beginning of something much greater. In stage one, the seed is planted, a foundational idea is shared amongst the collective. The vibes are in the air, okay? And now it's up for people to grab them and make them into something real. Most movements stop here, but every so often, they move into
Stage 2. Rise.
seeing the stale atmosphere hip-hop's veterans had
2016 was the best year for hip-hop since like the 90s. What came out that year? Rodeo, Life of Pablo. You had Blonde, Frank Ocean. You had Views, Drake. Rihanna's last album, Anti. 2016, music-wise, you can understand why people look back and glaze that year.
behind.
Future,
The new generation
DS2.
decided to try something different.
What a time to be alive.
Hold up, Thug wanna play some new shit.
Madison Square Garden. Thug,
You can hear their music online, mainly on SoundCloud and YouTube. And every once
She
in a
sucked
while,
on a
one
dick
would
on a
creep
plane and I
onto the
just got
radio.
out here. Forget it, but this song is beginning.
These so-called mumble rappers didn't take pride in their
Rest in
lyricism
peace.
or messaging. They just put all their focus into energy, swag, and melodies. They were seen as a joke, okay? Most people didn't take them seriously, so they didn't.
I loved the 2016 XXL Freestyle, 21 Savage, Uzi, Yachty, Kodak. I loved that cypher. I remember people clowning on it so much because there was a lot of purple hair, the drip was different. I remember seeing that and thinking like, this is the wave. This is what's going to dominate hip hop, and it was right. Like those guys are still up on top now, and it hasn't been replaced. Those are the number one rappers in the industry.
See it coming. But over time, these artistic choices would form into a distinctive sound and aesthetic in the underground. And soon enough, with nothing happening in the mainstream, these fresh ideas would begin rapidly gaining traction. By the time 2016 rolled around, SoundCloud artists were blowing up overnight.
Shut up, Pump.
Water, water.
Tentacion. She called me daddy.
All of a sudden,
Man!
it was cool again.
Fuck,
Everyone
I'm
was
feeling nostalgic. There was the Xanax SoundCloud era. There was some bad things about it, but man, culturally, and look at the difference now. Like you guys were talking about Vic Mensa and saying he was also 2016. Bro, look what Vic Mensa's doing today. You know, I'm not calling him out, but this is what he feels is going to keep him culturally
Ice
relevant.
just murdered a woman in Minneapolis. Now, Ice killed a white woman, which is interesting because obviously their rallying cry is defend the homeland. Parentheses against niggas, Mexicans,
He's like thirst trapping off of an ICE murder.
Muslims, etc. So why then, you ask, are there so many black and brown ICE agents?
Why are you peeling on a
And why would they kill a blonde-haired white woman? Because what you got to understand is that white supremacy is and always has been a front. It's a cover for capitalism. It'll use Uncle Tom's, case in point, Sam L. and Django, and it'll kill white people. John Brown, the famous white abolitionist, in order to keep exploiting you. It's not and has never...
Like rappers are doing short form content and streaming now instead of curating vibes. It's gotten too meta and too much interaction.
talking about it.
I know these old hip hop heads is pissed.
Oh, like Joe Budden. I know you watching this shit like.
Put up on your bitch, she suck
Yeah,
my
you
dick,
dig, and then you
kill
goddamn.
The worst freestyle I ever heard in my life.
Memes,
Best
debates,
cipher ever.
and micro trends are at an all-time high.
I just read about this kid who spent 15 hours saying Gucci Gang.
The new wave is coming, and everyone can feel it too. It's 2016, the year most Gen Zers talk about like it was the last time they felt happiness. And I'm Gen Z, and they're absolutely right. That shit was just different, I'm sorry. Like you put your Yeezys on, grab your hoverboard, go out in the street, open the Pokemon Go app, you go online and there's like
I never played Pokemon Go. I don't know about you guys. I couldn't at the time. I thought that was Marvel slop.
a new Vine trend.
Associated.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the
White van.
Damn Daniel, Mannequin Challenge, Running Man, Juju on that beat. No real worries, just Harambe, Killer Clowns.
No, there were worried. Why don't people talk about how how afraid everyone was about Trump getting elected. That dominated, like this is peak woke, almost, or a little bit after, and then Trump came in office. Why is that never mentioned?
The 73-9 Warriors. Like, compare that shit to now. All these new generations have is
6'7", 6'7".
What you know about the dab? Young buck. The fuck? You wish you were Unc. You wish you were Unc. Back into the real world, and things are heating up. As Trump gets elected president, more and more people start feeling a responsibility to stand up and finally say something. At this point in time, the outrage we saw at the start of the decade started becoming more and more frequent. As useless as that sounds, they actually made a difference. The Me Too movement exposed high-profile predators and sent a lot of them to jail.
I said it on the A stream. I know I'm on YouTube, but has Hollywood declined since Harvey Weinstein got locked up? What do the actresses look like now? Who's getting casted? It's the same people. Zendaya and Tom Holland and Timothy Chalamet get every single movie. When Harvey Weinstein was doing his thing, Hollywood was a little bit better. I'm not saying you should be free, but look at Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like
Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Weinstein, and
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey right now, you see he's tap dancing in Tel Aviv. He got he got allegedly exposed, I'm not sure if it's confirmed, I don't want to get sued, of being a gay pedo. And now he's in Israel doing like, hello, my baby, hello, my honey. It's like the retreat for people. Like, I mean, he's accepted there. Why does Young Don call you a raccoon? He went from losing religious debates to becoming woke. Young Don called me a raccoon?
All get packed up. It's over with. The internet finally made people answer for their shitty past.
Colin Kaepernick sitting down, he said, to take a stand against the growing number of unarmed black men killed by police and racial injustice in general.
We just got out
It was weird. Like, Dave Chappelle had a Kaepernick jersey on in his special that just came out.
of a long-term relationship with a very boring but sensible person, and now we're dating a whore.
Thousands of Americans enraged by the
Joe, what's your favorite Joe Rogan comedy special?
man
Is it
voted
triggered?
into office by millions of other Americans.
Fake hair, she's racist, she's always lying, we don't care!
You don't have an option. You have to stand up, speak up, act up.
Skip 2017. Well, 2017 was like, in some ways, a lot of a continuation. Very similar year. Young Don's talking smack. I mean, look, Young Don, you got my phone number. We talk. We used to talk a lot more when you left content to do your thing. And yeah, I mean, he could hit me up if he's got an issue. Confused about why he's talking smack, like if you guys are being correct. We can go see
On
that.
Hollywood's biggest night, it was activism that took center stage.
It's funny. So he's calling me a coon. He's saying I'm siding with, like, you see people on X say that I hate whites, and then Young Don saying I'm a coon. You know, you can't win.
Oh, I'm hyperventilating a little bit. If I fall over, pick me up because I've got some things to say.
Our voices joining together in a mighty chorus that is finally saying, time's up.
We put up monuments for the feminists.
Oh my God.
Tell the NRA they in God's way.
As we moved closer to...
You shouldn't have skipped 2017, though. You had Travis Scott was still doing his thing. Peak Fortnite. Remember when Fortnite first dropped? That's when, you know, maybe that is slop, but that is when I was able to forget about stuff for a while. That was the best new game to drop in a while. I don't play it anymore.
The end of the decade, those who never had a voice increasingly started banding together, and seeing the positive effects their actions could now have, thought to themselves, maybe we can actually do this. Stage 2 occurs when all those people who shared a common idea in Stage 1 start linking up, connecting, and building towards a common goal. The new wave is in full effect and ascending rapidly into
Stage 3. Peak.
I love this video.
Stage 3 marks the peak, of the movement's popularity as the average Joe comes to discover what all the fuss is about. The thing, whatever it is, then becomes increasingly commercial and accessible for mass consumption. At this point, your alcoholic uncle will bring up Thing at a family gathering.
The problem they have is that I don't give a fuck. They don't cancel me, I cancel them.
Your parents ask you about Thing. SNL makes an awkward skit
Timothy.
on Thing, which will make you slightly uncomfortable and chuckle one time.
Man, SNL fell off so hard. It's like this completely got replaced by streaming.
Hey,
like what happened? What happened to Pete Davidson? He got Ye's kids tattooed on him, and then like what? Since then, what's he doing? Sometimes he is pretty funny. He's a decent stand-up comedian, but guy, like, what happened? You know, he was dominating 20s, like 17, 18, 19. Man, he was like, it was getting. Remember the meme? He was like slaying all the female celebrities.
Watches this shit. And even though this seemed like the natural trajectory of both movements,
somebody shouted, "He got that good D." Yeah, you need to be put in a 5-minute timeout for that one. Got to give you a timeout on that. Take 5 minutes to think about what you just said.
Nothing could possibly prepare people for what was about to come.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We are going to begin right now with breaking news because the World Health Organization has declared the coronavirus outbreak a pandemic.
COVID just hit. Everyone's inside and scared. But I'm not gonna lie, I was happy as fuck. You're telling me I don't have to go to school and I can spend the entire day doom scrolling? Bro, sign me up.
It has to come from the same virus to be in the same family. Viruses come in families.
Stop touching niggas' hands!
Niggas with your hands.
This was the era of face masks, Zoom meetings, Among Us sessions, and TikTok videos.
And I'm in the house bored in a house, and I'm in the house bored.
And to make matters worse, nearly a decade of protests culminated in the explosion that was the murder of George Floyd.
Hands up, don't shoot!
Riots and protests engulfed the entire country for several months, while the issue of social justice became unavoidable and omnipresent.
The Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, you're right. Around this era too, COVID aside, we're tired of talking about it. The reason that the rappers from 2016 are still at the top is because that next era, the 2020 era of rappers, they all either died or got shot. I mean, they overdosed or got shot. Pop Smoke, who else? Lil Peep. You have Juice WRLD. That the era post Uzi, 21 Savage, Yachty, Travis, none of them survived.
Movement has unleashed a wave of protests against racism worldwide.
If you've exhausted every option of peaceful protest for decades and the prosecution of police still hasn't changed, what would you do?
Protest is pretty fucking amazing.
What the fuck, Andrew Schultz?
Seem to be dedicated to change in a way that I can't remember anything like this in my life.
The state of pop culture
XXX
showed us that racial awareness was mandatory, LGBTQ appreciation was necessary, and that social justice was cool.
I take responsibility.
Come on, thanks for super chat.
I take responsibility.
Oh my God.
I take responsibility.
They're all why would they get actors? He looks like he's doing Jesse Pinkman here. What the fuck was...
I take responsibility.
Ugh.
I take responsibility. I take responsibility.
Hey, Crash Out, you're right. A lot of them all dying.
Next,
Big 20,
and what
appreciate
is
you, bro.
possibly my second favorite story this month, Netflix and Amazon Prime came together to fight homophobia.
Quote, an unnecessary gay character.
Sorry you've yet to realize that every gay person is very necessary.
700,000 likes.
We love gay people too.
Oh my God, dude. And you know what dominates Instagram Reels now? The culture's the pendulum always goes the other way. Now it's just straight up racism. Like people are putting edits of leaders from the 30s. People are so, that's what happens when you force people to be gay, trans, Black Lives Matter. Naturally, they're gonna go the other way. Why are you putting 6'7"? What happened? I didn't even see it.
And folks, tune into the radio to hear the #1 song in the country, Montero.
Dude, like, look back at this. Lil Nas X really sold his soul to the devil to get nothing. Imagine selling your soul to Satanism and you don't see any returns. This was the peak of his career. Since then, what happened? Like he's running around cracked out in LA. Dude.
Lil Nas is gay. Oh, let me stop. Bro, what? I gotta edit that out.
Wow, what an observation.
You look like you homophobic.
Lil Nas is gay. He like gay as shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Was that your... Did you not know that until the video?
No, I'm not homophobic.
Girl boss main leads dominated TV.
I belong to no one.
She's Israeli, by the way. Wait, did she fight in the IDF? I think people found out why she was getting shilled by Hollywood so much. She's not a good actress at all. Orange, what did I do?
I identify as non-binary.
There's a really long history of black people not being treated fairly in this country.
Yo, how the fuck you make Hey Arthur into a woke thing? Also, she went non-binary and now she's back. It's crazy because you can get banned on social media by not using her pronouns, and then 3 years later, she's back to what she was when she was born. It's the power that you have with those pronouns at the time was nuts. And also taking kids' cartoons to push this slop. El Gal Gadot, yeah, I know.
Has to stop.
Quinn has gender dysphoria. Her son gender is not one she identifies with.
I will no longer allow an unchecked woman. I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words, jokes, stereotypes, no matter how big or small, to be uttered in my presence.
Moral purity.
So glad we're past this.
Everything. Okay, how much do you care? How good of a person are you? Those were the main questions of the COVID era. At the same time that social justice...
And I'm gonna lie, bro. I do deserve credit for steering the culture in another direction. Whether or not you're gonna say like, oh, they don't know you, blah, blah, blah. I know you guys are gonna troll, but the run, since I started streaming, I did help push it. You know, how many people can you attribute it to? How many people can you put in that category to fix this woke problem?
Issues were reaching their zenith. Hip-hop was also peaking. Coasting off the momentum of the SoundCloud wave, the entire genre had embraced the homogenous trap aesthetic.
Hamas?
But not without reason. I mean, it worked, and it didn't stop working. It was the sound of pop charts and pop culture. Every commercial had a trap beat in the background. Labels started mass-producing industry plans to capitalize on the goldmine that mainstream rap had become. Nav was selling 130K first week.
And look at that, people saying you're woke yourself now. Dude, what? How am I woke now? What did I say that's woke? Saying war is bad? Yeah. And no, and see, regardless of the thing with Tate, you know, he was the... You gotta give him credit for changing that narrative quite a bit. He was obviously at the forefront of it, for sure.
What are we talking about? At this point, hip-hop was the biggest genre of music in the world, becoming bigger than it had ever been. Even larger-than-life pop stars were desperate to jump on the wave.
When you see the max, they stack
I love this song.
Ariana Grande had a whole era where she just spray painted her skin brown.
I'm like, bitch, that's my cookie. That's my juice.
Yo, that sample goes crazy. Have you ever heard this? I'm gonna keep it short, but just like Ariana over drill beats. Remember? Oh my God. Ready? People give me hate for this, but what? Are you kidding me, Chad? Come on, man.
Hey, carry on.
Talked strictly in awe.
This is the Mac I'm here to talk about today, girl. Come on.
And
she was
made
black back
watered down trap music.
Make big deposits. My gloss is popping. Kill me, get your ass in here.
And now she started scissoring that black girl that was in the movie with her and taking, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to be mean, but fucking hell, bro. Man, she's a completely different person. It seems like someone stole her soul.
Come on, girl.
This is actually real. Like, her fans call it the Blackiana era. In just a couple of years' time, both of these movements had managed to conquer the world. And now, having been rewarded with great success, the founders are no longer focused on innovating. Instead, their primary goal is to maintain their status, polishing the ideas that had worked so well for them in the past. Meet Drake. It's the end of 2021 and he's the biggest rapper in the world. Larger than life and in complete control of hip-hop. It hadn't always been this way though. Once upon a time, he was just an awkward, geeky kid who stuck out like a sore thumb amongst his rapper peers.
I just want to make music that people enjoy, you know?
While on radio, young Drake might have been a rising star and hitmaker, amongst the hip-hop community, he was a laughing stock.
I don't like anything about Drake. Mom, I don't like
Rest in peace, DMX.
I don't like he talks about, I be trying to tell his face.
Kendrick's diss is like exactly like that. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
I don't like the way he walks like nothing. I don't like his haircut.
An emotional pussy who talked about women and feelings too much.
He's so emotional, man. When did rap become that? He'll just make a song that's just like, oh, I'm crying.
From that point on, Drake did everything in his power to dominate the rap game,
crying.
secretly hoping he could change the mind of all those bullies who didn't let him in at the start of the decade. It took a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of great music. Fast forward to 2021.
Shout out to Drake, W. Drake.
And Drake had gotten exactly what he was asking for. His vulnerable and emotional approach had completely changed the foundation of the rap game.
W. Drake.
And was finally accepted as normal. Drake was now not only the undisputed king of the biggest music genre in the world, but also well respected in almost every corner of its culture, even managing to convince some of his street credibility. Aubrey didn't want to change things anymore. Aubrey wanted things to stay the same. Nothing lasts forever.
Why do you say
People
the fat
always seem to forget that. Where there once was a purpose, now isn't anymore. People get cocky, arrogant, and start abusing their power just because they can.
Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought.
In a figurative sense, this is the point where the victim becomes the bully, perpetuating the cycle of abuse that was responsible for the start of the movement in the first place.
I have to come to the conclusion that inherently, I Show Speed is just...
This fucking guy, bro. I know we shouldn't be vindictive about stuff, but it's just so... SNEAKO should be banned from the platform. He was cancel culture. What happened to this dude? What happened to this dude? Trying to get everybody deplatformed, canceled. Everyone's evil. And then he got consumed by the beast, the monster that he created. Ha ha! Sorry, I had to.
Just a piece of shit. I don't see any way someone like this can turn around and redeem themselves and be able to make up for all the disgusting shit that they've done and said and influenced for people.
As a guy with a platform.
This dude too, this dude. Oh my god, man, this is giving me throwbacks, bro. As a guy with a platform.
I can't imagine posting anything like that.
Bankrupt them. Put them out of business. Deplatform them. Like, actually take them out financially.
They feel untouchable and unbeatable, convinced that their run will last forever.
I want nothing to do with you, and I won't think twice about it.
I think this guy became trans, actually.
Because you're not worth keeping around.
This exact moment marks the beginning of the end.
And now, we take a short break from our program to learn the art of performative progressivism.
No! No!
Stage 4. Decline.
This is where we are, canceling food. Last week they canceled Uncle Ben's rice. No
Okay,
beans,
2022,
no rice.
let's see.
Trump doesn't even need to build a wall.
We're now beginning week 2 of the left's all-out attack on Joe Rogan.
The liberal mom's lashing out at Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney, calling her racist after she posted photos from her mom's 60th birthday.
As we started getting deeper into the 20s, the
Sydney Sweeney was a white supremacist even back then.
Dominance of wokeness in the mainstream and the aggressive tactics it used in eliminating its detractors sparked massive outrage on the other side of the political aisle. There was a growing rage from those who felt left out and ironically oppressed in popular culture. Zuckerberg became a red pill frat bro at 40 years old. Elon Musk buying X and making it a safe haven for the ostracized and the canceled.
Like wokeness basically wants to make comedy illegal.
which is not cool.
Podcasts become the home of anti-wokeness,
Shane Gillis,
with most comedians pulling in millions of views while professing their hate for the social justice movement. Along with them, their audience started rapidly moving in the opposite.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Yes. Yes. We've transcended to the God Bill. I don't even know if you can call it that. I don't know what you would mark the era now, but what a time, huh? What a time.
Canceled and deplatformed, but
look at that, man. It's just like how tides turn, huh? Look, I mean, man. Could have been like a real alliance or something. I don't know.
The sentiment still didn't go away. Woke culture now had an enemy, which was climbing rapidly up the ranks. Things slowly start to get ugly as Stage 4 unravels.
I really think this is Drake's lowest point yet in terms of level of effort. He really put almost nothing into this record.
People get fat, washed up, and lazy, completely losing their ability to stick together, innovate, or adapt to any new obstacles. At this point, the movement becomes so normalized in the mainstream that it loses its ability to challenge.
Impossible.
The once fresh and lively cultural movement is reduced to a cheap trend, an emblem to be worn rather than a piece of resistance that demands reflection and action. The social justice movement went from rallying people towards a common goal to pointless exercises of power over celebrities and athletes who didn't pass the moral purity test. The moral standards would only go higher and higher as time went.
Chat, who remembers the soy boy collage? Any OGs? It's not really OGs, but remember that? Fuck, that was like my content for 6 months straight. 6-7 months straight. Just soy boy. But what happened to that, man? I think it was effective.
Until even the people inside the movement couldn't live up to them anymore. At that point, the focus turned inward, and the progressive sphere started devouring itself from the inside out.
Yes!
Word to my mother, I really got the Joe Biden pinatas on deck.
People moved past COVID like it never happened and went right back outside.
Ew,
Y2K aesthetic dominates everything. Baggy pants are back in style. It's a new day where virality is more important than ever. Streamers have become the new celebrities. Yego's DEFCON 3.
You can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that.
Barbenheimer. Hip-hop is rapidly falling off both in...
Yes! Man! It's like one of the most culturally impactful podcasts ever.
And I'm done with that.
Barbenheimer. Hip-hop is rapidly falling off both in quality and popularity. Nobody knows what to do. How do you stop Stage 4 from happening? Well, the answer is simple. You don't. There's really only one thing you can do at this point.
I think that guy went
Speed up the inevitable. For most rap fans, Kendrick Lamar was always everything Drake couldn't be. He was hailed as hip-hop's golden child right at the start of his mainstream run, quickly becoming the critic and fan favorite.
This is good hip-hop. This is positive hip-hop. This is the kind of hip-hop that we need, that's commenting on social issues.
It was the one section of the audience Drake could never win over, despite trying his hardest. Unlike Aubrey, Kendrick's main strength wasn't getting on the radio. It was creating meticulous masterpieces, timeless bodies of work which set him apart from the rest of the rap game. He was the one people counted on to lead hip-hop into a brighter tomorrow. Even as the SoundCloud wave hit and melodic trap took over, he adapted, wrestling with Drake for the throne of hip-hop well into the 2010s. But then, he disappeared, and that allowed Drake to take the reins and lead the way as hip-hop's #1. Fast forward to 2023, and Drake is scoring his 14th #1 album.
What they don't mention during this time, I saw the Smashing Pumpkins lead singer talk about it, is that rock completely disappeared. Have you guys noticed that? When I was growing up, I would listen to the radio a lot. You know, I used to listen to a lot of Arctic Monkeys, Smashing Pumpkins, Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, and not even just like the old school, you know, classic hip hop like Beatles and Metallica or heavy metal, but like even there were a lot of 2000s bands. Rock used to go neck and neck with hip hop. And as I was getting older, it was always competing. Hip hop completely dominated it, and rock disappeared, and nobody talks about it. It's gone. It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. What happened? Rock doesn't. You still listen to it, but there's no new. It doesn't have any presence. When Radiohead, dropped In Rainbows 2007, those were the two top competing genres. It's gone just like that. What happened? What happened, man?
While the genre
Foo Fighters.
is in a free fall, deteriorating into a dark pit of pathetic gimmicks and desperate trend chasers. Fans were increasingly unhappy, but the mainstream was still eating it up. Truthfully, this corrosive climate suited Drake. As the biggest rapper in the world and a notorious trend chaser himself, he stood only to gain from the lack of quality and depth the average listener had become accustomed to. Things couldn't go on this way. Something had to be done, and the Golden Child,
he ruined it.
Knew exactly what that was.
The Golden Child.
The king is back! Oh shit!
He's rapping! This is a good beat, bro.
What the fuck, the big three? Nigga, it's just big meat. Nigga, boom!
Sorry. No, don't fuck with that song.
Seriously, Kendrick?
Wow. It's a lot of goofies with a check.
Kendrick's the best. Kendrick's the best rapper. Kendrick is I've always said Kendrick.
This guy's he's going at Aiden right now, calling him racist for saying. It makes sense that he's a Kendrick Glazer.
My favorite.
Bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it.
I'm literally uploading Drake's diss right now. How do you have a response up before this even uploaded?
Kendrick, relax.
Hey, he going crazy.
Without Kendrick's whole thing here, you don't have Doechii. Doesn't exist. Anxiety. You don't. It would never have created that bubble.
Kendrick, right chill.
And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. Fuck that.
Oh,
wait. I can't take this. This is too much.
Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe.
Also, this shows how much power streamers have. Whenever people talk about that beef, they cannot talk about it without the streamers' reactions. And every rapper took notice. Without this, you don't see all of hip-hop turn to streaming and become streamers.
Because you lied about religious views. You lied about your surgery.
A rebellion, an uprising led to one of the biggest cultural events of the 2020s.
I hate this fucking outfit. I hate this outfit. I hate these jeans. I hate the way that you walk, talk. I hate the smile. I hate your, I'm not going to say I hate your height. Shout out to the Short Kings. But I hate these jeans especially, bro. This looks like something Sabrina Carpenter would wear. Why would you put these on? Fuck. I
hate you like I'm young.
And I hated that all woke people use this image as like an own. This was a woke profile picture. Man.
A rap battle in which Kendrick Lamar destroyed Drake, slaying the flag bearer of late-stage commercial trap, and finally saying what the culture was feeling out loud. Enough with the hollow, lazy, and unoriginal. We need music that's creative, deep, and inspired. Everybody had their fun.
Creative music deep. I mean, this right here is a diss at Travis. Pusha T is like, he tried to sell his album by dissing Ye and Travis dissing people. He would not have done that if he didn't see Kendrick's success. Now people know that drama and beef is a good marketing tool.
Sabrina Carpenter, Jack Harlow is like fairy bread of music.
Fairy bread of music. I don't listen to Jack Harlow.
Is over, and it's time for something real.
If you say you're voting for Trump, suddenly you're a Nazi, you're Hitler, you're garbage. Enough.
They just want no Trump, no matter what, and they're willing to gaslight themselves.
Remember Dave Portnoy was like telling people that they needed to take a tour of Auschwitz, and he thought it was in Germany. He thought Auschwitz is in Poland. He was telling people to go on a tour. You don't even you need to go on that tour.
They just want no Trump, no matter what, and they're willing to gaslight themselves.
Hey, so remember all those anti-woke guys from earlier in the video? Yeah, they didn't go away. As a matter of fact, they only multiplied and grew stronger as the public sentiment shifted further and further away from social progressivism. It wasn't just a fleeting feeling. It was a burning hatred towards the status quo that required drastic change. A fire had been started, and no one was putting it out.
Fight! Looking back, was this real? Do you think that this was a real assassination attempt, or was this a ploy? Thanks for the 10. What happened to Young Don? Weird vibes. He looks possessed. Checking in on him. Okay, well, I don't know.
And no one was putting it out.
It is now official. CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any.
47th president of the United States. The former president's comeback.
What is this sound design?
I am going to admit I am a little surprised that they won so much.
It was finally official. We were now in
Stage 5.
Sound design.
And that's it. Here we are. It was just announced that for the first time in 35 years, hip-hop spent an entire week without a single song in the top 40 of the chart.
People don't talk enough about how Graduation was the most streamed hip-hop album of 2025. Isn't that crazy? Graduation came out in 2007. Ye is fighting cancellation. Ye is coming off of getting banned from Live Nation, Banks, Adidas, all this stuff. And an album from 2007. Almost 20 years since it dropped. Dominated hip-hop streaming. In 2025.
The biggest trap releases of the year have all flopped diabolically, and even the average Joes are bored at this point.
Rap is cool and all, but it's getting outplayed, bro. They talk about hoes, money.
It's the same topics like every single
17
time.
bodies last night. I'm all in the head. Ain't nobody catching.
Okay, I hope you get caught soon, my brother.
We know that your body's T. We know that you have
culture.
good poom poom. We know
That's
that
the
you
culture.
Stop playing rap for the most part, and honestly, I've come to realize it's probably the worst genre there is. Like our
Stage 5 is where the movement becomes culturally irrelevant. And
that's why I think Bully's gonna save it. We need healing music. You know, everyone's tired of the gang, op shot. Everyone's saying fuck the streets. Bully is the antidote to this. Listen to Give and Take. We need Bully. We need Bully.
We didn't know the time we was designed for. I died on rearranging on my mind for. Oh, on my mind for. This thing is getting dangerous, going blind for. We didn't know the time we was designed for. I died on rearranging on my mind for. Oh, on my mind for.
Say there is love, no, you just have to wait. She said, love don't come easy. It's a game of.
Yeah, we need Bully. Obviously, yeah, I'm not a fan of AI, but it got leaked. People are saying that there's no AI in the full version, so I hope that's true. This is saving hip hop.
Factor in the mainstream.
You're right, round comment. No one can replicate it.
Try to recapture an old flame, a moment that got lost in time, but the people have already moved on. The old moves don't work anymore. The shots aren't falling, and the crowd is as quiet as a church mouse. The power has been completely stripped from its previous holders and put into the hands of people who were made to feel silenced, mocked, and left out before. The culture is theirs to shape now.
The culture.
The liberal mob's lashing out at Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney, calling her racist after she posted photos from her mom's 60th birthday party.
Here we are today.
My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great jeans.
White people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
I love this interview. This is the greatest dismantling I've seen of a woke journalist ever. This is the difference in the faces.
I just want to give an opportunity, so like give me the platform to like apologize.
No. Everybody. This needs to be studied in media training.
Tan, genetics. I just got my color analysis back.
There is a cultural shift happening in the US. We're seeing a move away, even in these commercials that are so typically woke.
The zeitgeist showed it wasn't cool to be progressive or liberal.
When you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for?
Black people.
And you equate that with danger.
Another human I would just deport immediately.
We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood.
Platforms no longer care about political correctness. Corporations no longer celebrate Pride Month.
Google, no change. IBM, no change. Microsoft, no change.
Or any month, for that matter. It's like they never cared about anything. Wow. Interesting.
Even Starbucks roached out on the gays?
Country is taken over as the most popular genre of music.
You have been the light of the day. You are such a gift. You brought such light.
Look around you. Everything is a byproduct of what came before it. The overbearing need for social responsibility and pure morals of years past has now been replaced by a culture ready to eat up whatever seems authentic, no matter how shitty at its core. When something feels too clean, people crave mess. When everything's ironic, sincerity starts to look rebellious. Every era gives us ideas and moments that change the world as we know it. Then, we move on. The social justice movement didn't vanish, it dissolved.
I know you're right, the internet's been so focused on color lately. Yeah, race is, we're never gonna move on from the race subject. It comes in, the 90s was less race focused than we are today. And we act like civil rights was like, okay, everything changed then. The race subject has never been spoken about this much in the internet age than today.
It was absorbed into the culture. The language changed, the expectations changed, and the boundaries moved. And once that happens, it stops feeling like a movement at all and just becomes the new normal. The past decade of hip-hop has been liberating. The genre doesn't take itself nearly as seriously anymore. The gender norms have been broken, and artists are free to bend their voices, their images, and their identities however they want. The demand for change has been met. The movement has served its purpose.
The culture.
Death is inevitable. Death is healthy.
Nice visual.
Nothing, no sound, no movement, no era can or should stay mainstream forever. Now that the people have made their money and the vultures have moved on, it's time for a reset. It's time to go back underground and come up with something new. The Kendrick Drake beef wasn't just a rap moment. It was a reminder. Culture changes when someone chooses to change it. When people stand up and decide the old rules don't apply anymore.
You could just do things.
Every era ends the same way, with a spark, a fracture, a moment no one saw coming. And maybe, just maybe, we're closer to that moment than we think.
Great video.